Hello student. Today we are going to discuss how to prepare the final accounts of company. Subscribe my channel, like and share the video. In this topic we will learn how to prepare the final account of the companies as per the revised schedule 3 of the Companies Act 2013. We will see how to prepare the final account of companies other than the special companies. Special company means banking company, insurance company, electricity company. Okay, they have their own act and they have their separate format for the preparation of final account of that special company. We are going to prepare the final accounts of companies other than that special company. The final accounts of companies as per the Companies Act 2013 include balance sheet at the end of the financial year, that is part 1 of schedule 3. Next, statement of profit and loss account, that is part 2 of schedule 3. Next, cash flow statement. Next, statement of changes in equity, and last one, exclamatory note forming part of any document. Final accounts are prepared by considering statutory requirement, schedule 3 of Companies Act 2013, accounting standards and guidance notes. Okay, now we will see how to solve the practical problem related to the final account of companies. There are two formats for the preparation of final account of company. Part 1 of the schedule 3, that is balance sheet, okay, and part 2 of the schedule 3, that is statement of profit and loss account. Okay, this is the format of balance sheet, part 1 of the revised schedule 3. This is first column is a particular, next one is notes to accounts. Okay, we will mention major head here, and all the information related to that head we will mention in the notes to accounts. And these are the rupees column, this is inner one and this is outer column. Okay, this is inner rupees column and this is outer rupees column. Okay, in the format of balance sheet there are two major head, first two major part actually. First one is equity and liability and second one is asset. Okay, in the first part, that is in equity and liability, there are four major head. First one is shareholder fund, next one is share application money pending allotment, next one is non-current liabilities, and last one is current liability. And in the second major part, that is asset, there are two major head. First one is non-current asset and next one is current asset. Okay, there are major distinction in current and non-current. If the assets and liability are held for more than 12 months, that is considered as non-current assets or liability. Or if the assets or liability are held less than the 12 months, that is considered as a current liability or current asset. Okay, now we will see each head in detail. Okay, first head is in the equity and liability. First head is shareholder fund. In the shareholder fund there are three subhead. First one is share capital. In the share capital we will mention authorized share capital, issued and paid up share capital, means preference share capital and equity share capital. And if there is call scenarios, we will deduct it from the paid up capital, and if there is any share for future account, then we will add it into the paid up capital. Okay, this is the notes of the share capital. Okay, second point is reserve and surplus. Okay, note number 2. Okay, in the reserve and surplus we will mention all the reserve: security premium, profit and loss account, general reserve, dividend equalization reserve, sinking fund. Okay, and after that we will mention opening balance of profit and loss account. Okay, all other appropriation we will deduct it from that current year profit, and closing balance we will mention here. Okay, in the reserve and surplus. Okay, next point is money received against share warrant. Okay, this subhead is irrelevant for your practical problem purpose, because you will not ask any question or any point about this. But what is the share warrant? A share warrant is a financial instrument which gives the holder the right to acquire the equity share. A disclosure of money received against share warrant is to be made since shares are yet to be allotted against the share warrant. Okay. Next major head is share application money pending allotment. This is also irrelevant for your practical problem purpose. Share application money pending allotment means the amount received on application on which allotment is not yet made. The process starts when any company publicly issue its equity share to raise the fund. First it received the application money from its applicant, and the equity shares are allotted to the respective applicant on the latter date. Next major head is non-current liabilities. In the long-term non-current liabilities there are 4 subheads. First one is long-term liabilities or long-term borrowings. Okay, note number 3. In the long-term borrowing there are debentures, loans from banks and financial institutions, public deposits, loans and advances from the related parties, long-term maturities of financial lease, obligations, and other loans and advances are mentioned in the long-term borrowing. Okay, next major head is deferred tax liability. If you see, the net word is mentioned here. This is deferred tax liability, and if you see at the asset side you will find deferred tax asset. Okay, so what is that deferred tax assets or deferred tax liability? In some cases there is a difference between amount of expenses or income that are considered in the books of accounts and the expenses or income that are allowed or disallowed as per the income tax. Okay, so it is the difference between the income tax calculated as per the books of accounts of the company or income tax calculated as per the income tax rule. Okay, and we will mention net effect here. Okay, if the deferred tax liability is more, then we will mention deferred tax liability, or if the deferred tax asset is more, at that time we will mention deferred tax asset. So next point is, but for the practical problem purpose you will not have any deferred tax assets or deferred tax liability in your practical problem. The next point is other long-term liabilities. In other long-term liabilities we will mention creditors for asset, long-term trade payable, trade deposits, security deposits. Okay, in other long-term liabilities. Next point is long-term provision. Okay, long-term provisions. In the long-term provisions we will show provisions for the employees benefit, that is pension and gratuities, provisions for warranties, etc. we will mention in long-term provisions. Okay, this is non-current liabilities. These are the non-current liabilities. Okay, next major head is current liabilities. If you compare the current and non-current, you will find same items. Here A point is long-term liabilities and here is a short-term. Okay, next other long-term liabilities, other current liabilities, long-term provision and short-term provisions. Okay, so you need to remember one of these. Okay, now let's see what is mentioned in short-term borrowing. Okay, in the short-term borrowing, loan from the subsidiaries company, loan from the directors and bank overdrafts are mentioned in short-term borrowing. Okay, and also loans and advances from the related parties, deposits and other loans and advances which are in short term in nature, we will mention here. Okay, next point is trade payable. Okay, trade payable means debtors and creditors, sundry creditors and bills payable are mentioned here. Okay, in the trade payable we will mention creditors and bills payable. Okay, next point is other current liabilities. Okay, next point is other current liabilities. In the other current liabilities we will mention interest payable on debentures and loans, income tax payable, outstanding expenses, TDS payable. Okay, next current maturity of long term debt, current maturity of financial lease obligation, income received in advance, unpaid dividend. Okay, all these are mentioned in the other current liabilities. Next point is short term provision. In the short term provision we will mention provision for taxation. Okay, here also if the provision for taxation is more, then we will mention provision for taxation, or if the advance tax is more, then we will mention advance tax. Okay, proposed dividend is also mentioned in the short term provision, and short term provision is the last item in the current liabilities and also in the equity and liabilities in the first part of the balance sheet. Okay, and this is second major heading, that is asset. In the asset there are two main head, that is non-current asset and next one is current asset. In the non-current asset there are 5 subheading, that is fixed asset, non-current investment, deferred tax asset, next long-term loans and advances, and last one is other non-current asset. In the fixed asset there are 4 sub point, that is tangible fixed asset, next one is intangible fixed asset, next capital work in progress, that is a tangible asset work in progress, and intangible assets under development, that is intangible assets work in progress. Okay, in the tangible fixed asset we will mention note number 10. All the tangible fixed assets are mentioned there, that is land, building, plant and machinery, equipments, vehicles, all the tangible assets are mentioned there. Okay, if there is no additional information related to tangible fixed asset, we can mention note like this in simple way, but the actual note of the tangible fixed asset is like this. Okay, this is the asset. Okay, we will mention the name of the asset here in the first column. Next 4 column are related to the cost of the asset. Okay, and next 4 column related to the depreciation on asset. Okay, and last column is the net block. Okay, okay, the first column we will mention original cost of the asset at the beginning of the year. If there is any addition in the asset during the current year, we will mention here. If there is a sale of asset in the current year, we will mention here. And this is the original cost of asset at the end of the year, that means beginning year plus addition minus deduction is equal to original cost at the end of the year. Okay, that is column number 2 plus 3 minus 4 is equal to column number 5. Depreciation will be mentioned here. Okay, depreciation at the beginning of the year will mention here. Current year depreciation will mention here. Okay, if there is any sale of asset, that is this sale of asset, the total depreciation on that sale of asset we will mention here. Okay, depreciation on asset disposed of. Okay, this is the total depreciation at the end of the year. Okay, that means column number 6 plus 7 minus 8 is equal to column number 9. Okay, this is the total depreciation at the end of the year, and last column is the net block. Okay, that is column number 10. Okay, we can find the net block by deducting total depreciation from the original cost of asset, total original cost of asset, that is column number 5 minus column number 9 is equal to column number 10. Okay, this is the working note or note of the tangible fixed asset. Okay, and same notes is also prepared for the intangible fixed asset as well. Okay, intangible fixed asset, same note we will mention. We can mention same note for the intangible fixed asset as well. Okay, this is tangible fixed asset under construction or under development. Okay, next intangible fixed asset under development. Okay, these 2 points are not relevant for your practical problem. Okay, but first 2 points are relevant for your practical problem. We should prepare that note for the tangible fixed asset as well as intangible fixed asset. Okay, next note number next point is non-current investment, that is long-term investment, note number 13. Okay, okay, this is note number 11. If no additional information is provided for the intangible fixed asset, at that time we can mention this simple note for the intangible fixed asset, but actually note number 11 also prepare in this fashion, that is intangible fixed asset. Okay, next note is note number 12, fixed asset under development, that is capital work in progress. Okay, assets under construction or assets under development we will mention here. Okay, next note is non-current investment, B point, that is long-term investment, investment in shares and debenture, investment in government bonds, investment in gold and silver. Okay, investment in preference shares. Okay, investment in mutual fund, investment in partnership firm, all the long-term investment we will mention here. Okay, next point is long-term loans and advances. Okay, in the long-term loans and advances, if the loans and advances are taken for more than 12 months, that we will mention here. It includes capital advances, security deposit, loans and advances to the related party, other loans and advances, advance tax. Okay, SENVAT credit receivable, VAT credit receivable. Okay, all these things are mentioned here in the long-term loans and advances. Okay, that is C point. Okay, long-term loans and advances. C point is deferred tax asset. We have already discussed about this. Okay, we will mention deferred tax assets or deferred tax liability. If there is any deferred tax asset or deferred tax liability, we will mention net effect of that. Okay, next point is D point, long-term loans and advances. Okay, next last point is in the non-current asset, other non-current asset. In the other non-current asset, we will mention long-term trade receivable. Okay, long-term trade receivable, miscellaneous expenditure, preliminary expenses, discount on loss of shares and debentures, underwriting commission and brokerage. Okay, next current asset. Next major head is current asset. In the current asset there are 6 subhead, that is current investment. Next inventories means stock. Next trade receivable means debtors and bills receivable. Next cash and cash equivalent means cash balance, bank balance, checks, bank draft, all these things we will mention here. Next short term loans and advances. Okay, in the short term loans and advances we will mention prepaid expenses, tax refund receivable, and last point is other current asset. In the other current asset we will mention non trade receivable, unamortized expenditure. Okay, we will see one by one. First, current investment, note number 16. Okay, investment maturing within 1 year. Okay, this is current investment. Next, inventories. Inventories means stock. It includes 3 types of stock in case of manufacturing concern, that is stock of raw material, stock of work in progress, and stock of finished goods. And in case of trading concern, there will be only one stock, that is stock of finished goods. Okay, closing stock of that we will mention here. Next point is trade receivable. Trade receivable include debtors and bills receivable. Okay, next cash and cash equivalent. It includes cash on hand, cash at bank, liquid fund or marketable investment. Next, short term loans and advances. It includes prepaid expenses, loans given to staff, means which is for the period of less than 12 months. Okay, other current asset. It includes interest receivable on investment, income tax refund due, rent and commission receivable. Okay, these points are related to assets. Okay, other current asset. Okay, note number 21. Okay, equity and liability, that is total of this. Okay, all these points, these 4 points. First, shareholder fund. Next, share application money pending allotment. Next, non-current liabilities, and last, current liability. The total of these 4 is equity and liability. Total of equity and liability. This total of equity and liability is tallied with the total of asset. Okay, total of asset include non-current asset and current asset. Okay, current asset. Okay, this is the format of balance sheet, that is part 1 of schedule 3. Okay, after that, part 2 of P&L account. We will see part 2 of P&L account. Okay, just continue this note number, that is last note number is 21. Then for the part 2 we will continue with the 22 note number 22. Okay, this is part 2 of revised schedule 3, statement of profit and loss account. Look here, note number 22. Okay, note number 22. The starting point of statement of profit and loss account is revenue from operation. In that revenue from operation, we can mention sale of goods, sale of services, okay, trading commission. Okay, means revenue which earn from the operating activity. Okay, next point number 2, that is other income. In the other income, that is non-operating income, that is interest income, dividend received, profit or gain on sale of investment, profit or gain on sale of asset, commission received, and other operating non-operating income. Okay, point number 1 and point number 2, the total of 1 and 2 is total revenue. Okay, next, after that, less expenses. In that expenses there are 7 points. First one is cost of raw material consumed, cost of material consumed. Okay, in that cost of raw material consumed, opening stock of material, the format of it is opening stock of material, add purchases of material, add direct expenses related to purchases, less closing stock of material, and purchase return, less purchase return. Okay, the total of it, okay, this is cost of material consumed. Next, purchases of stock in trade. Okay, purchases we will mention here, purchases of stock in trade. Next, point number C, changes in inventories of finished goods, work in progress and stock in trade. Okay, changes in inventory, note number 25. Closing inventory minus opening inventory. Okay, we will mention changes in inventory. Okay, closing inventory minus opening inventory of finished goods, work in progress and stock in trade. Next, employee benefit expenses. It includes salary, wages, contribution to provident fund. Okay, salary and wages, contribution to provident fund, employees welfare expenses, bonus, medical expenses of employee, gratuity paid to employee, expenses on employee stock option plan. Okay, all this included in employees benefit expenses. Okay, note number 26. Okay. Next expenses, finance cost. Finance cost include interest on borrowing from banks, interest on borrowing from others, interest on debentures. Next, interest on term loans, interest levied by tax department. Okay, all this include in finance cost. Next point is depreciation and amortization expenses. Okay, all the depreciation we will mention here. Depreciation on fixed asset, that is depreciation on building. Okay, depreciation on plant and machinery, vehicles, equipments. Okay, next and final point in expenses is other expenses. It includes all other expenses which are not mentioned above. Okay, all other expenses, that is office and administrative expenses, selling and distribution expenses, power and fuel, rent, insurance, repair and maintenance on building, machinery, furniture, vehicle, equipment, rent and rates, miscellaneous expenses, provision for doubtful debts, discount allowed, advertisement, audit fees, other expenses, means all other expenses excluding these 5 or 6 things we will mention in other expenses. That is all the selling expenses, officer administrative expenses are mentioned in the other expenses. Okay, this is the total expenses. Okay, total of this is total expenses. Next, point number 5, profit before exceptional and extraordinary item and tax, that is total revenue minus total expenses. Okay, we will find profit before exceptional and extraordinary item and tax. Okay, after that we will deduct exceptional item. Okay, exceptional item include reconstruction cost, disposal of investment and disposal of fixed asset, litigation settlement, reversal of provision. All these exceptional item will deduct from the profit before exceptional and extraordinary item and tax. Okay, then we will find profit before extraordinary item and tax. Okay, in the extraordinary item include loss from attachment of property, loss due to calamities like earthquake, flood, etc., profit from insurance claim, loss on account of fire, speculation loss or gain. Okay, after deduction of extraordinary item we will find profit before tax. Okay, that means point number 7 minus point number 8 is equal to profit before tax, point number 9. Okay, after profit before tax we will deduct tax. that is current tax or deferred tax. Then we will find profit or loss for the period from continuing operation. Okay, point number 9 minus point number 10. Okay, after that profit or loss from discontinuing operation. Next, tax expenses of discontinuing operation. Okay, and then we will find profit or loss from discontinuing operation, that is point number 11 minus point number 12 minus point number 13. Okay, profit or loss from discontinuing operation. Then we will finally find profit or loss for the period, that is point number 11, that is profit or loss from continuing operation, plus point number 14, that is profit or loss from discontinuing operation. Okay, finally we will find profit for the period. Okay, and point number 16, earning per equity. Okay, then we will find earning per equity, that is earning per equity share, that is profit or loss for the period divided by number of equity shares. Okay, this is the format for a statement of profit and loss account. But in actual practical problem, you will find that after profit before exceptional, extraordinary item and tax, there are very less chances that you have exceptional and extraordinary item in your problem, and there is also very less chances of information related to the discontinuing operation. Okay, so you will find directly profit. Here you will find directly profit before tax. After that you need to deduct tax expenses. You will find profit after tax. Okay, this is for your practical problem. But if you are asked to prepare the format of profit and loss account, at that time you need to mention all these things in the format of profit and loss account for the theory questions. Okay, but for the practical problem you need to prepare like this, that is profit before. Here you no need to mention that profit before exceptional and extraordinary item and tax. You can directly mention profit before tax. Okay, after that deduct the tax expenses. Okay, you will find profit after tax. Okay, this is statement of profit and loss account, format of statement of profit and loss account. Now after that we will see. Okay, there are two format. We have seen there are two format, that is format part 1 of revised schedule 3, format of balance sheet, and part 2 of revised schedule 3, that is statement of profit and loss account. Subscribe my channel, like and share the video.